Rapper.
My name is Willem Oets. I'm a photographer. I've been asked what style of photography I have. I can't really define my style. That's very difficult to define a style. What is a style of photography? I'm a landscape photographer, primarily a landscape photographer, but also abstract and expressive photographer. And then recently I see myself as a people photographer and a portfolio photographer. What else can I tell you? What was my inspiration to start doing figure in the landscape?
Yes.
That's very interesting. I always wanted to do figure in the landscape because especially with the desert landscape, which is so amazingly sensual and beautiful in the light of the desert, and I always wanted to add a human interest into the landscape. And especially the nude female figure. I always thought that it would be amazing in the desert landscape. And maybe that was my inspiration. It must differ from year to year. You know, favorite images 5 years ago would have been an amazing landscape with clouds and light and depth of field. Favorite image now would be a figure in the landscape. Be it then a human figure, small in the landscape, or a female figure, or maybe a nude female figure in the landscape. That could be my favorite image at the moment because that's what I've been at most recently. Would I do photography career-wise? Man, thank goodness it's not my career. If it was my career, it would have probably been a big schlep. You know, now the fact that it's not my career means that I can just pour my creative energy into a very amazing hobby. Yeah, as far as Photoshop is concerned, I see Photoshop as another tool in the box. Photoshop is the most amazing tool that's come into my camera bag or into my camera environment, because Photoshop immediately, or for the first time ever, gives me the creative control that I never had. And the creative control that fine artists had, now I've got it. I can enhance a photograph, I can do exposure correction, I can make a photograph the way I would like it to look. I can take beautiful portrait pictures, I can enhance them, I can make models look absolutely stunning, I can remove awkward compositional elements out of my compositions. So Photoshop has become an unmissable part of my photographic experience, and it should be for anybody else. Real photographers use all kinds of other cheating methods. They use polarizers. The polarizer is a master manipulator. There's nothing that manipulates a picture like a polarizer. You can't do it in Photoshop, most often. Real photographers used to use Velvia in their cameras, Velvia slide film. They used Velvia to enhance the contrast, to make the greens greener and the blues bluer. So where does that come from? A real photographer doesn't use Photoshop, but they use all the other manipulation help that they can get.
What do you typically carry with you?
When I go out photographing, I have two lenses. I have a wide-angle lens, a 16 to 35 and a 70 to 200. That's all. The one's on my camera on my tripod, and the other one is in my pocket. I also have a few neutral density graduated filters. I have a polarizer and extra batteries, and that's it.